So the question is, how should I handle an offense? Say, for example, someone does something very, very bad to you. What should you do? What should I do? Hmm, hmm. You know, there is a gift, or should I call it a gift? Let me explain. Let me call it an ability. Do you know if a person has this ability in their minds to zoom out of the situation, it would be very, very meaningful. Imagine if you are sitting in class and you get your results and it's 0/100, and you're so angry and so depressed and so angry at yourself, for example. But then you pause and you zoom out. Wow, the earth is still spinning. I wonder how many kilometers per second it spins, but it's still spinning. It's still going to be 365 days in a year. I mean, except leap years and stuff like that. But dude, people are still going to work and they're getting their salaries. It's still 24 hours in a day. Okay, excuse me. So I think that ability to zoom out, people are still going to go to sleep and get up. Okay, let's look at this one. Um, but that doesn't mean some things are not to be mourned. There's a time to weep, there's a time to cry, there's a time to laugh, there's a time to gather together, there's a time to scatter. Yes. But when you're done scattering, yeah, you should know the time to scatter is gone. Now let's go back to gathering. There's a time to plant and there's a time to harvest. Now back to our question. How should I handle an offense? Someone does something very bad to you. How should you handle it? In many cases, I think it depends on how close the person is to you. If it's a comment on a video you made and it's a hate comment, it's an offense. You wouldn't apply every strategy of conflict resolution with that person just because the person is a stranger who commented something on your video. It'll be different if it is your dad, or if it's your younger brother or your elder brother or your older sister, your younger sister, your teacher in school, your lecturer. It depends. There are many ways to handle these different offenses. Or let's say someone on the street and you're a foreigner in that country. You're just going to see the person once, maybe, and you're back to your country. But let me answer this one in the direction of a close friend. A close friend who does something very bad to you. If a friend does something very evil to you, let him know. Tell him, this thing you did, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Say, for example, he says, okay, I understand, I'm really sorry. Now you've gained your friend back. You guys are friends again. Another one is, what if he says no and insists, no, I don't want this? Then I should add another description to this kind of friend. This friend is close like a brother. This friend is very close. In this case, call a different person who will not take your sides, who will be neutral, who would analyze the situation and say who is wrong. Let him come together with you and talk to your friend. So now you're three. The first step is not to go about telling people how the other person offended you. No, the first step is to meet the friend who offended you and tell him what he did wrong. If he refuses, take another friend to come and reason together between the two of you. Yeah, let him reason together between the two of you and let the wrong person, even if you're not the one who did wrong, let the two apologize and come back together. You know, in conflict resolution, especially between brothers, do not Do not escalate things. Now, I'm speaking about this from a Christian standpoint. I'm not speaking about it from a standpoint of someone who is not Christian. In the teachings of Jesus Christ, conflict resolution between brothers, it's important to tell the person, this thing you did to me, I didn't like it. If the person accepts, you've gained your brother. If the person doesn't, bring another Christian and talk together. If the person still doesn't, you need to take the person to church. Let the church make a decision and tell the person, this thing you did is wrong, and let the person turn from it. If after all these 3 stages the person still insists and refuses to change, well, maybe you guys are not friends anymore, but you are not enemies. It's just that he chose not to change. So let's give an example. So how can a friend defend you? Let's say he owes you $1,000 and he refuses to pay. You tell him, please, I need this money back. He says, no, you never gave me any money, and I'm not. Or maybe he doesn't say you never gave me any money. Maybe he says, that money you gave me, I'm not giving it back, no matter what you say. You bring another friend, and the friend says, I heard you owe him money. You need to return it to him. And he says, no, I'm not. Then let your pastor talk to him. And he still says no. Okay, maybe at this point you may consider the money gone. Another thing I should say is, when you are offended with someone and it comes to a point, not in all cases, you decide to cut ties with the person. Do not cut ties. Do not shut the door. Let the door be open. Give an opportunity for a connection in the future. This may not apply in every case, but it's good to live on good terms. Maybe try to explain to the person why you guys are going your different ways. 2 people cannot move in the same direction unless they agree to go together. They cannot go together except they agree. Now, in regards to offense in marriage, for example, just know that as a Christian man, woman, you're not allowed to divorce, except the woman or the man is unfaithful, like commit sexual sin with someone else. So yeah, or except in the case of adultery, fornication. But divorce is not an option. We can't just decide to divorce your wife because you did not feel like it, because you didn't like her anymore. That's not an option. You stay there forever. You stay till you die. Yeah, till death. You know, some people are so hyper and they feel, I can't do it. This ends now. That's not the way life works. Don't just cut off it from someone just because you're not happy or because you didn't feel good that morning. You stay. Love is not a feeling. Love is a choice. It's in action. It doesn't depend on how you felt that morning. You give not because you love, but because you were commanded to give by God. So yeah, if you leave your relationships to feelings, just because feelings can go up and down, the relationship would also go up and down. But if you base it on love, which is not a feeling, you see that it will be stable. The scriptures say, as much as it lies within your power, live peaceably with all men. So as long as it is within your control, choose to live a peaceful life with people. You may need one another in the future, so that's why I say, if you need to end or disconnect, let it be on good terms. If a person offends you, tell him, this thing you did to me, I didn't like it. That way he would know not to repeat it. Okay, so now the question is, when should I tell him? Say, for example, someone, let's say you have a roommate, a housemate, and every day you are the one sweeping and he never sweeps. Maybe the first time you may say, oh, maybe he was in a hurry to work and he didn't understand, he didn't know. You may choose to clean up the place. He does it the second time. Maybe it's not who he is. Maybe it's fine. He does it the third time. Now you can tell him. In many cases, not in all cases, maybe give a person 3 chances before you say. Let not be maybe someone maybe your name is Daniel and someone says Dan, for example, and you explode. My name is not Dan. My name is Daniel. You're a fool for saying this to me. You're a fool for saying this to me and this and that. Nah, do not explode. Be patient. That's what I would say. Right. I've been thinking. See you on the next one.